This is the sixth assignment. So for this assignment and also the next two assignments, you would be starting to make an academic paper. So the previous ones were about making and then managing businesses. Now this one would be about writing papers for journals or maybe for your thesis. Now what you have to do first is, of course, think of a title, the title of a paper, of a thesis that you want to write. It takes some time. So do take your time to think whether, for instance, you want to write about marketing management or financial management or operations management or human resources management or information technology management and so on. And then what you have to do is collect journals, books, articles, news, and so on that are related to this topic. And the minimum is 20. So you have to find 20 sources. And then compile those sources into a Microsoft Word document. Okay. So just for instance, if you have a good definition of marketing, for instance, copy that, just that definition, and then put it into Microsoft Word and write down where you got that quote. Okay. And then that's your assignment for now. Okay, you don't have to really use this format yet. Okay. Just make a compilation, and the compilation would contain quotes, paraphrases, and so on, right? In Microsoft Word, you put it there and you put the reference, which book, which journal you took that quote from. Okay, this is still quotes. So there are two things here. If you write a thesis or you write a paper, if it's academic, then you are not allowed to just copy and paste. If you copy and paste a definition because you cannot change the definition, you have to put a parenthesis in it. But if you want to write down something that's not a definition, so you would be recommended to paraphrase. Paraphrase means that you write it in your own words. So it might change a little, but don't change the meaning. And you have to write it in your own words, so it doesn't, it would not be exactly the same as the original. Now here, for instance, the first part, trying to find a title. Let's say the title is Marketing Strategies in Agricultural Products in Yogyakarta. If you look at this title, it's rather specific. Don't write about marketing strategies. That would be too broad. That's a title of a book, not of a paper, not of a thesis. But this is just about agricultural products. And more specifically, it's about marketing strategies of agricultural products in Yogyakarta. So it becomes more specific. That's what we are looking for. And let's say you would be trying to find 5 papers or 5 books on marketing strategies. Now the 5 for agricultural products. This is how you break down, depending on from the title, you break down into several subtitles or several chapters. Okay, agricultural products would be another one that you have to find. Marketing of agricultural products, and then marketing strategies of agricultural products in Yogyakarta. Okay, that's another one. So break down the title into subtitles and find information, find papers, find books on that subtitle. And here you can see that there are several sources of information that you can use. The first one is peer-reviewed journals. What is it? It's journals, writings, papers, academic papers that have been selected and verified and checked by other experts in the field. That's what's called peer review. So it could be, for instance, using journals under ProQuest, EBSCO. These are actually journal databases. Okay, journal databases contain several journal titles. Each journal titles have, let's say they make one edition every 3 months. So it contains all those editions in EBSCO of that journal title. Each edition would contain several titles, several paper titles. Now, the highest level would be the international journals. It could be Scopus. This is a compilation of high quality journals, or it could be non-Scopus. It could be nationally accredited journals. It could be local journals. Another source would be books. Of course, you would be looking at books with ISBNs, the more formal books. Also, you can use textbooks, for instance. Proceedings are papers, papers that are taken as a report from a particular conference. That's a proceeding. And then articles from the website, from newspapers, from Wikipedia, but this is not recommended. This is the minimum that I require: journals, books, and proceedings. Now, how do you find those books? If you go to library.umy.ac.id, I think it's different now. The website has been changed, but find there in online journals, find here, you can see here, there are several journals that have been subscribed by the university. You can use, these are good ones, EBSCO, Emerald Insight. You can also use the directory of open access journals, JSTOR, and ProQuest. These are good journal databases. Go there and try to find the titles that would be relevant to your title. And then later on, you would be making a paper, a prototype of a paper. But for now, just use the format of the subtitles here, and then copy the quotes. Just copy it. No need to paraphrase yet. Just copy from 20 journals. Copy items that are relevant to these subtitles, and then copy it underneath here, underneath each of these subtitles. For instance, here the title is Success of Online Marketing Efforts in Small and Medium Enterprises in Sragen, for instance. Okay, and then the subtitle Marketing Online for UMKM. And here you copy this, and then you write the you write the author and the year here. And then at the bottom, you write the list of references with the full referencing format here. Okay. And now, of course, you would be using also search engines. Aside from the libraries' databases, you can use search engines. I'm sure you're familiar how many results that you get and so on. Okay, use this. And then, okay, I'm sure you're familiar with how you read the Google results. What I want to show you is about advanced search. So here, if you use quotation marks, you would be getting more precise results. For instance, if you just use change management, you would be getting 395 million results, because it would include articles that are only about change, also only about management. But if you use here a parenthesis here, a quotation mark, sorry, a quotation mark here, then it would be getting more precise results, not 395 million, maybe just 50 million. That's still a lot. If you don't want to get change management in the computer field, because change management in software development would be different from what we are thinking about in management. So minus, for instance, without software. Okay. And then you can write also here, after change management, you put a space and write file type PDF or file type DOC. It'll just show the format in PDF. It'll just show PDF files only. That would be very useful, because usually the journals that you would be looking for is in PDF. Or if you want to find a particular site, you can write change management and then site in un.org, for instance. Or if you want to find in the URL the words change management, you put here all in URL, or in all in title. So just in the title of the website or of the article, not in the body of the article, you just write all in title change management. If you want to have a definition, then you can write just define good governance. An example here, okay? So this means that find the words change management, which are always connected with each other. Okay, this is in quotation marks. And also find together change management with good governance as one idiom, as one meaning. Not just good and then governance, but good governance. But not in the corporate sector. So it might be in the government sector. The file type would be PDF, only find PDF files. And the site would be trying to find all .org websites, not .com, but .org websites. Another one, try to find in the title change management and good governance. You can also use, let's say, okay, the images there would be also useful. And you can also use Google Scholar or Google Books, which is also very useful for academic purposes. Okay, so that's our assignment for the next session. So you would be submitting it this week, and then hopefully we'll be discussing it in the next session.